Good morning. This is Sujata, Assistant Professor of Botany, Government Degree College Women, Karimnagar. Today, I am going to give a lecture on RNA structure, types, and functions. So, RNA it is a nucleic acid. There are two nucleic acids are there. These are polymers of nucleotides. So, these two nucleic acids are DNA and RNA. So DNA, it is more stable when we compare with the RNA. So it is more suitable for storage of genetic material. RNA is used in transmission of genetic information. So DNA is genetic material in all living organisms except some virus which attack plants. In those, RNA acts as genetic material. So first we see the components of RNA. What are the components present in RNA? So RNA it consists of nitrogen bases, sugar, and phosphoric acid. So nitrogen bases, these are two types nitrogen bases, purines and pyrimidines. So different types of heterocyclic nitrogen containing rings, these compounds. So why these are called bases? Because they exhibit basic property. That's why these purines and pyrimidines are called as bases. So these are two types, purines. Purines, these are made up of two rings. They contain a 6-membered benzene ring and 5-membered imidazole ring. So these purines, they contain the two rings. So purines are two types, adenine and guanine. Next one is pyrimidines. These pyrimidines contain only a single ring, that is benzene ring. So these are two types, cytosine and uracil. There is thymine also present. Cytosine and thymine are present in DNA. But in RNA, instead of thymine, uracil pyrimidine is present. So these cytosine, uracil are present in RNA. Next component is sugar. So in RNA, ribose sugar is present. That's why we call this RNA ribonucleic acid. That is based on the type of sugar. We call this ribonucleic acid. So this ribose sugar present in furanose ring form. It consists of 5 carbon atoms. That's why this sugar is called pentose sugar. Next component is phosphoric acid. So in phosphoric acid, it contains 3 hydrogen atoms, 1 phosphorus atom, and 4 oxygen atoms. So these 3 are the components of RNA. Nitrogen bases, ribose sugar, phosphoric acid. So next, nucleoside. So what is nucleoside? Nucleoside is a combination of nitrogen base and sugar. Nitrogen base and sugar. This combination we called as nucleoside. So in RNA, there are 4 nucleosides because 4 nitrogen bases are there. The 4 nitrogen bases, adenine, guanine, cytosine, uracil. So these 4 are nitrogen bases. So these nitrogen bases plus ribose sugar we called as nucleoside. Those nucleosides are adenosine, guanosine, uridine, cytidine. So these are the nitrogen base plus ribose sugar. Those are called nucleosides. Next one is nucleotides. Ribonucleotides. Nucleotides means nitrogen base plus ribose sugar and phosphoric acid. These three combinedly called as nucleotides. So, how many nucleotides? 4. Adenylate acid, guanylylic acid, uridylic acid, cytidylic acid. So, these 4 are nucleotides. Here, nucleotides means nitrogen base plus ribose sugar plus phosphoric acid. So these are nucleotides. So when we see the structure of RNA, this RNA is made up of a single polynucleotide strand. DNA, it consists of 2 strands which are anti-parallel to each other. But in RNA, it is a single polynucleotide strand. But in some exceptional cases, in reoviruses, double-stranded RNA also present. It is very rare. That is the only exceptional cases. And the nitrogen bases, that is guanine, cytosine, thymine, uracil. These are nitrogen bases, that is purines and pyrimidines. So these purines and pyrimidines, these are not in 1:1 ratio. In DNA, when there is a purine is present, there compulsory one pyrimidine is present. According to Chargaff rule, in DNA, purines and pyrimidines are present in 1:1 ratio. But here in RNA, there is no Chargaff rule. The nitrogen bases, they are not, that is, nitrogen bases means here purines and pyrimidines. Those are not in equal ratio. Not in equal ratio. So in RNA, uracil is present instead of thymine. And in RNA, 2 hydroxyl groups present at every nucleotide place. So in RNA, already we discussed it. Now there are 3 components, that is phosphate group, ribose sugar and nitrogen bases. So nitrogen bases, that is adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil. In DNA, thymine present, but in RNA, uracil is present. So uracil differs from thymine only in lacking methyl group. In uracil, methyl group is not present, but in thymine it is present. And here there is no complementary between nitrogen bases. That is no 1:1 ratio of purines and pyrimidines. So there are 3 types of RNA in cells. There are 3 types of RNA These are messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, transfer RNA. So first we see about the messenger RNA. So messenger RNA, the structure of messenger RNA, it is a straight unfolded polynucleotide molecule. You see the image, it is how it is structured. It is a straight. There are no foldings. Straight unfolded polynucleotide molecule. It consists of a few hundred nucleotides. This messenger RNA, in shortcut we call mRNA. This mRNA, it is synthesized from DNA. That is what we call the synthesis of mRNA from DNA, we called as transcription. Transcription. So the molecular weight of this mRNA, 5 lakhs Dalton. The lifetime of mRNA in prokaryotic cells only for 2 minutes. Only for 2 minutes. But in eukaryotes, it lives about 4 hours. About 4 hours. This mRNA, which is synthesized from DNA, it carries genetic information which is required for protein synthesis. Which is required for protein synthesis. So the genetic information which is present in mRNA, it is present in the form of triplet codons. So the genetic information, it came from where? From DNA, because mRNA, it synthesized from DNA. Using DNA one strand as the template, mRNA synthesis takes place. So this we call transcription. This transcription takes place in nucleus. So this mRNA, which is synthesized from DNA, so it has genetic information in the form of triplet codons. In the form of triplet codons. So each codon, it codes for amino acid. So there are nearly 20 amino acids are there, which are useful for the synthesis of protein molecules. So there are 64 codons are there to code amino acids. So amino acids are 20. Codons are, triplet codons are 64. So there may chance some amino acids, they contain more than 2 or 3 or 4 codons. In these 64 codons, AUG or GUG, these codons are initiator codon. That means the translation starts from this codon. So that's why this AUG or GUG codons are called as initiator codons. And the last codons, 3, UAA, UAG and UGA. These 3 codons are called nonsense codons. Why we call these nonsense codons? These 3 codons, they do not code for any amino acid. Here, the translation stops. That's why these 3 codons, which codons? UAA, UAG, UGA. These three codons are called nonsense codons. So this mRNA, it constitutes 5 to 10% of total cellular RNA, and it is highly unstable. This mRNA is highly unstable. So the main function of this mRNA is it consists the genetic information which is synthesized from DNA in the form of triplet codons. So these triplet codons, they hold amino acids. So according to triplet codons which are present on the mRNA, the amino acids come and join one by one with peptide bonds and form protein molecules. And the second type of RNA is ribosomal RNA. Ribosomal RNA. In shortcut, we call rRNA. rRNA. So this ribosomal RNA, it constitutes about 75 to 80% of the total cellular RNA. It is present in large amount. So the molecular weight of this ribosomal RNA also 10 lakhs. So it is a single strand. See the image. It is a single strand. But in some places it folds. It folded and form pseudo helices like DNA. Actually, rRNA it is a single strand. But some places it folded. So due to these foldings, it form pseudo helices. Here, where the pseudo helices, where it folds, there only the purines and pyrimidines, they follow the Chargaff rule. That is, they are present in one equal ratio. One purine is there, compulsory, one pyrimid is there. Only where in the place of foldings, that is pseudo helices, there only the bases they show complementary pairing. Complementary pairing due to the formation of hydrogen bonds. But the remaining places, they do not show any complementary pairing. Complementary pairing. So, the third type of RNA is transfer RNA. Transfer RNA. So, the transfer RNA in the shortcut we called as tRNA. tRNA. It is also known as soluble RNA or adapter RNA. Soluble RNA or adapter RNA. It constitutes 15% of the total RNA of cell. It is composed of 80 to 90 nucleotides. It is the smallest in size among the RNAs. Among these three RNAs, tRNA is the smallest in size. It composes only 80 to 90 nucleotides. 80 to 90 nucleotides. And the molecular weight of this tRNA is 25,000 Daltons. So, it is also single strand. Mostly all RNAs are single strand. It is composed of single strand, but it is folded some places and forms 5 arms. You look at the picture. This is the structure of the tRNA, that is transfer RNA. It is a single stranded structure, but it is folded and form 5 arms. The scientist Foley, he proposed the structure of this tRNA, that is clover leaf model of tRNA. So the clover leaf model of tRNA, it shows mainly 3 loops. It shows mainly 3 loops and 1 accessory loop and 1 tail. So this structure, that is clover leaf model of tRNA, it is proposed by scientist Foley. So according to his, the tRNA, it is consists 3 main loops and 1 accessory loop and 1 tail. So in tail portion, see at the top, there are 3 nucleotides. What are the nucleotides present at the top? That is at the tail, CCA. Those are unpaired, only single present, CCA. So this place where these unpaired 3 nucleotides CCA are present, that part is called amino acid binding site. Amino acid binding site. This tRNA goes and brings the amino acid from the cytoplasm. So at this place, the amino acid binds. And the loop, which is present opposite to CCA, it shows 3 unpaired bases. The loop, which is present opposite to the tail, that is, see below. That loop, it consists here 3 unpaired bases. These are called anticodons. Anticodon. And next 2 loops, which are present either side, left and right. Those are called lateral loops. In these lateral loops, 1 loop helps in recognizing the ribosome. And the second, that is left side, that loop helps in the identifying the enzyme. Which enzyme? That enzyme which activates the amino acid. So the tRNA, that is transfer RNA, the structure is explained by Foley, that is structure clover leaf model. So it consists of the 3 loops and 1 accessory loop and 1 tail. At the tail part, 3 unpaired nucleobases are present. These are CCA, and here the amino acid binding place is, it is, and the loop which is present opposite to the tail, there 3 unpaired bases are present, that is called anticodon. And next the lateral loops are there. The lateral loops, in this one is, that is right side, that it is useful to recognize the ribosome, and the left loop, that is the left loop, that is useful to identifying the enzyme which activate the amino acids. So this is the structure of the tRNA. In protein synthesis, tRNA, what is the function of the tRNA? It goes and brings the amino acids from the cytoplasm depending on the anticodon which is present in the loop opposite to the tail. And next, if we see the differences between the DNA and RNA, DNA and RNA. So DNA, it consists of the two strands of nucleotides, two strands of the nucleotides. In RNA, only single strand of nucleotide is present. In DNA, most of the DNA present in nucleus. RNA, most of the RNA present in cytoplasm. In DNA, deoxyribose sugar is present. RNA, ribose sugar is present. In DNA, pyrimidines are, what are the pyrimidines are present? Cytosine, thymine. In RNA, what are the pyrimidines are present? Cytosine and uracil. And in the DNA, it replicates. Through autocatalysis, it replicates and produces the daughter cells from one molecule of DNA. But in RNA, there is no replication. And DNA, it is main genetic material in all living organisms. RNA, it is not genetic material. DNA, it does not participate directly in protein synthesis. It indirectly involves in the protein synthesis. That is how it indirectly involved in the protein synthesis. From DNA, mRNA formation takes place. That is called as transcription. From mRNA, protein synthesis takes place. That is translation. So indirectly, DNA involves in the protein synthesis, but RNA directly it involves in the protein synthesis. So the main function of the RNA is protein synthesis. So these are the differences between the DNA and RNA. So if you see the functions of RNA, already I told the main function, the three types of the RNA, mRNA, rRNA, tRNA. Main three types of RNA are involved in the protein synthesis. mRNA, if you see the function of mRNA, it serves as the intermediary between the DNA and the synthesis of protein products during the translation. Already we learned the mRNA, it consists of the genetic information which is came from the DNA. So that genetic information present in the form of triplet codons. So depending on the genetic information in the mRNA, the amino acids are come. So rRNA, that is ribosomal RNA, it ensures the proper alignment of mRNA and the ribosomes. The proper alignment of the mRNA and ribosome during the protein synthesis. And tRNA, its main function is the transfer. That is, it carries the amino acids which are present in the cytoplasm. That is, depending on the anticodon which is present on the tRNA. So it carries the amino acids and keep on the mRNA. That is, depending on the triplet codons which are present on the mRNA. So it one by one, there are nearly 20 amino acids are there. So there are 20 tRNAs are there. So this tRNA brings the amino acids and the one by one, and the peptide bond formation takes place between the amino acids and the protein molecule formation occurs. So these are the functions of RNA. Thank you.